Hi, it's March 14th. I'm doing a spring update, or I guess I'll call it spring, at least it's daylight savings time. First of all, I want to let everybody know that I am feeling a little bit better. Getting a few things worked out with my wheelchair so I can drive it a little bit better. My neck feels a little better despite my Botox wearing off. I've got some new phone equipment that should enable me to use the phone voice recognition. So the type of phone it's called is a Moto X phone. So you can use Dragon to wake up the phone and make a phone call. Mainly that's what I want it to do. And then of course I can carry it around on my wheelchair. I bought an armband carrier for people that jog, and I just attach it to my wheelchair. And the other one, I'm going to Velcro a dock on my bedside table that slides when I'm laying in bed. And they got me Department of Vocational Rehab got me a Bluetooth that is voice recognition as well, so I can, it's hands-free, so I can answer a call without touching the button. So those are all the encouraging things. I have been able to get back to work a little, an hour a week, which is not a lot, but it's and mainly the reason that I'm only doing that is because I'm still having problems with my stomach. I spend a lot of time on my commode shower chair, which is basically probably kind of my fault because I'm so busy that sometimes I am doing a lot of phone calls and I don't really want to get interrupted in the middle of it. Appointments, because I really slam a lot of different liquid Miralax and things down to hydrate me and help my stomach. So anyway, I'm thinking of other ways on handling that situation as far as my bladder goes, because the other side of the situation is to do with fighting for my independence and speaking up for vulnerable adults. That has been my goal for a couple of years now that I have known about the neglect, and now that I've gone through a series of problems, we're talking not training 70, 80 people in over 3 years, people stealing from me, being abandoned, dropped on my head, and basically I got sick. I was out of commission for 3 months. So this last winter was quite a challenge for me, physically and emotionally, and I had set some goals for 2014. And one of the things that I am trying to deal with at the moment is I got a letter stating that I was no longer going to be receiving my Medicaid benefits as of April 30th. Well, that would mean that, I pay a Medicaid premium, and I work, and they waive my Social Security income to a certain point so I can, pay my own mortgage, not have to, apply for housing and become low income. Try to promote myself as a disabled quadriplegic. who's had 30 years of all kinds of rehab. And I've been through some rough times. I've hit every roadblock, so I've learned a lot. And this week I've been on the phone quite a bit trying to get this whole thing straightened out with my insurance company. I'm getting plenty of documentation from the state saying that I am eligible for the program, for the special needs program, the one that covers Medicaid benefits for my medical. That means rides back and to and from the hospital, ambulance rides, which I have to do now that I'm so disabled. It was been a horrific experience for me today, because not only did they tell me that my benefits were running out as of April 30th, but they told me that my benefits have never been effective since 2010. That's ridiculous. They've been paying my bills 100%. I've been doing my financial reviews. I've done things totally legitimately, and for some reason the insurance company can't get this straightened out, and I've had to go over heads to get people to talk about this. Next week I'm going to have a 3-way conversation to try to get it resolved, and hopefully it will. It sounds like the people are very disappointed that this has happened to me. It appears that I've been singled out, but if I get pulled off my Medicaid benefits, that means I will go on hospice May. And mainly because it's my choice to reside in my home. I probably would receive caregiving assistance and hospice care. It's not what I want, you guys. I have a human spirit. Last year I got told a bunch of bullshit that would knock anybody down about my body. And I talked, even the doctor that studied me when I was back in Washington, D.C., he quoted that living with an undiagnosed disease is like an incredible window into the human spirit. And he likens it to war, because the type of sacrifices people make, the type of rejection, the type of super losses. And you know, my trip back to Washington, D.C. was planned, but the 60 minutes wasn't planned. So that doctor probably was speaking a lot about myself. They have told me that they could have kept me for another week back there at the National Institute of Health. They've never had someone as an adult so busy there with so many multiple problems. And I thought I was supposed to be an inspiration to people. But apparently now, for the last 2 years, when I've gotten my whole focus off myself, it's been turned into stress and a whole lot of dealing with large turnover of minimum wage workers that are not, you know, most of them are not even certified to be with me. And the agency I'm with, they are providing minimal care, no communication, and they can't be held responsible for all the things that happened to me this winter. according to Adult Protective Services, who would like me to be just exactly what I want to be and expose this problem. That's what I'm going to do. I have been doing it. I am tired of fighting, and now that I know that the state of Washington is singling me out and possibly going to violate my rights as a disabled person that, lives in my own home, and they basically are going to take away the benefits that are keeping me alive, because I am borderline. I am high needs. I have 2 life-threatening illnesses, and I've been told a lot of bad stuff about my health, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a human spirit, and nobody knows how hard that human spirit can fight. And I know that the closer I get to my progression, which I'm not completely blaming on, I have a disease, but I also have a lot of stress and have not been given the opportunity to focus on myself, focus on any kind of grief I have. I have a nurse case manager that's been coming over here counseling me for on and off for 2 years, and it's always about caregivers, drama, people quitting, high turnovers. It's not just me. I'm a small part of the problem, and this is a statewide problem, and I will get together with an advocate from the MS Society, because that is my working diagnosis, and I will go public with this, and I will let my lawyer advocate for me, because I'm a vulnerable adult, and there's no way that I should have to spend my days making a massive amount of phone calls to manage my independence. I have a lot of appointments. I'm a very busy girl. I don't like to lay around. I'm stiff. I got muscle problems. If I laid around, I would get bed sores and die. Would not survive in a nursing home. My neurologist and my rehab doctor that I've had at the UW told me that. Didn't get a breathing test this year because the breathing equipment that I'm supposed to be using on my chair is the maximum treatment they can give me. I'm supposed to get a portable breathing apparatus. All these things cost money. If I have to pay my 20%, the Botox is $7,000 every 2 months. As many specialists as I need to see. It makes me want to fight. It makes my human spirit want to fight. It makes me want to go back to work. It makes me want to, not get worse, but I am grieving the losses I have had. But I am adjusting, just like we all must adjust to, progression. And I'm sorry that I have such a direct message today, but I definitely am going to proceed on closing this story, closing this chapter, and starting a chapter that involves taking care of myself. And if that includes hospice, that will relieve me of a tremendous amount of pain, but I'm not ready for that yet, you know. But I won't go into a nursing home, and if the state is going to force me with these allegations of not having coverage for 4 years, when I legitimately have always done things the way I'm supposed to, and have encouraged people to do the same. You know, if I can work, you can do it too. I'm fired up, you guys, and I just want to spread the word. That's my March update. Oh, yesterday was the anniversary of my boyfriend Mike passing. It's been 9 years now, and you know, I'm fighting for everybody, one of us. I don't know if I'm going to live through this, you guys. The pain is bad, but I'm just going to trust God, my human spirit. Screw the specialists. I mean, I do appreciate my specialists, and I you know, but sometimes when you've been cursed, abused, neglected, stolen from, class 3 drugs stolen from, get sick, and spending energy defending yourself or training people, it's not cool. You know, I'm a great trainer, and a lot of times lately I've been getting some help, but they still count on me to do the training. Ultimately, I'm lucky if I get a caregiver that doesn't work 2 jobs and have kids and wants to sleep their whole entire shift, or not their whole entire shift, but just they don't want to do their job. They need a pay raise. So anyway, that's my my complaint and my fight and my story and my ambitions and my goals, and I hope to achieve. I will keep you posted. And if I don't talk to you for a while, it's because I'm a very, very busy woman. I will, as soon as I find out more, I will let you know. You guys are my support group. And now that we have Google Plus, everybody in my contacts can watch my notifications and updates. Isn't that nice? Support group is supposed to be for people that want to share their problems with other people that are in the group. Not with everybody in your contact list. I hate Google Plus. Just can't stand it. This video, this station, this is for a support group for multiple sclerosis or people that are struggling. That's it. Nobody else needs to know. We've stuck together, and I hope that we continue. I love you guys. Bye bye.